Today, well, last night, I took a run up to Harbor Freight and picked up Bauer's brand spanking new miter cage. 45 bucks for that. Is it good? Is it worth 45 bucks? We're gonna find out here in a minute. I also picked up a mini toolbox because for 17 bucks, how can you not pick up a mini toolbox? So we'll have a quick look at that, but the video is basically about this. I've always been amazed at Harbor Freight's ability to relieve me of my hard-earned money. This is 11 inches by 6 by 6, aluminum drawer trim, 5-pound drawer, weight capacity. There's always something extra to buy when you're in Harbor Freight. Definitely one of the places my beautiful wife wishes I would never step foot in again, I'm sure. You got magnetic drawers on this. My 6-year-old would like you to believe that it came with a Slim Jim. It's got drawer liners. The only thing I wish is the drawers would come all the way out, but I mean, it's a mini toolbox for $17, so what do you want? Already has a cat hair in it. Super cool, man. I mean, it really looks like the full-size version, but small. It's got magnets in the back. I'm sure that's what that is, that little pin back there. Lid stays up on its own. Very nice, man. Other places my wife wishes I would never step foot in would be Costco and the Snap-on truck. Super cool little box. All right, let's get to what we came here for. Adjustable flip stops for perfect repeatable cuts. Vernier scale for fast 1-degree angle adjustments. Aluminum and steel construction. Yeah, I looked up Vernier. Mid-18th century, named after Pierre Vernier, French mathematician. 24 3/4 fence, precision cross cut. We got in the back. Weight 5 pounds, 5.2. All right, let's have a look. I went on there looking at Harbor Freight's new 14-inch bandsaw. I got an email from one of you guys asking me if I would do that. And I was looking at that and I saw this. Instructions? What else we got in here? By the way, if you're wondering why we're doing this on the box for this rigid table saw, it's because we're gonna review this next. Wow, this thing's heavy. I mean, it said 5 pounds, so I guess 5 pounds is 5 pounds, but we're gonna do this rigid saw next. And I'd already pushed it over here and I'm too lazy to push it back. Wow, that's nice. It's actually thick. Looks like good quality. I'm impressed. Back slots are for the rods. It's all metal, screwed together. That is a pretty cheap knob on there. Plastics feels like ABS. But the rest of it, man, looks like very nice quality. Looks like end caps for our fence. Got an Allen key and some knobs. All right, let's throw this thing together. There's our plastic washer. Gonna go right in there. Carriage bolt, a knob, and a washer. And we're just gonna loosely put it in here. That's how our fence is gonna attach. You got metal bracket, another carriage bolt and a washer, and you got carriage bolts, washer, and these little knobs we'll just put in there loosely. Here's our fence. We got our stop with an adjustable knob. Just rides in this top rail right here. There's a bracket and a knob with a carriage bolt, and that is what locks the rods for our extension. Very nice, honestly. You can put this anywhere you want, really, I guess, as long as it's pushing down on those rods and it's nice and secure. Stays where you put it. Not bad. Little plastic end caps fit in there pretty tight. I haven't done this one yet, and they just fit in the end there once you're done assembling this. Get in there. Yeah, nice and tight. All in all, I'm impressed. The quality's good. I wish the knobs were a little higher quality, but I mean, you could always replace the knobs, I guess, if you wanted to. You got 3 rails in the front. Get something in there if you want to. If you want to do a different stop or something like that. And then these carriage bolts on here just go right in the middle slot of the fence. We can just open it up like that and get to our middle slot. Once I get this on a saw, we can adjust it for height properly. That is for sure 5 pounds. This thing's pretty heavy. We've got positive stops here, 15. I'd have to look, 22.5 maybe, 30, 45, and 60. This knob here loosens up this little spring-loaded catch here. Comes out of that slot there. So then you can adjust and it'll snap itself back into another detent. Well, just like that. If you pull this back and tighten this knob, and now you've overridden your detents and you can just adjust it whatever you like. If we loosen this back up, spring loaded, there you go. Now it's in 0. And we'll check 0 at least. Very nice. It's been a long time since we had the old Delta out here, and feel free to comment about the rust spots and lack of maintenance on my part, because when you own 12 table saws, your favorite main table saw is the one you use the least, unfortunately. You know, good or bad. Came with an Allen key. You have adjustable set screws on the bottom here. There's 3 of them, and they are for tightening it up in your miter slot. This fits really nice, just like the factory miter gauge. Here's the Delta's original miter gauge, which is not a bad miter gauge for an included piece, really. This does have positive stops. It has holes in the fence. You can add a sacrificial fence or a fence extension and build onto it if you want. So you could basically make this out of that. I have this stretched out right now. It measures out to about 24 1/4. That is max stretched out. It is a little bit flexible because it's just barely hanging on to the rods on the end here, but it'd work. Very nice. Let's run a few test cuts, and you guys can tell me in the comments what you think about this thing. Absolutely dead straight on this. From the factory, not bad. Let's do a 45. We'll loosen both knobs, pull this little thing back, turn it to 45. It'll snap back in there. We'll use the stop on this one. There we are. We hit about, this is not the most scientific way to do this. There's 45 right there. We're probably 44 1/2 on the 45 stop on this. But that could have just been, that's just that wiggle probably in the miter slot itself. I could probably get that a little tighter. So the main body of this is about 5 millimeters or so, which is just under 1/4 inch. And you got solid stock on the bar. The aluminum has a nice finish to it. There's no real rough parts to this. It is, in my opinion, worth 45 bucks. You guys tell me in the comments what you think, because in the end, your opinion's all that really matters here. The knobs are kind of cheap. I guess that's the only thing I could really ding this on, but in reality, you don't get every degree indexing like you would with a $100 basic Incra, but you have holes in it so you can add your own fence if you want. You guys tell me. I can't tell you a bad thing about this for 45 bucks. I think Harbor Freight did a very nice job. Thanks for watching the video. I know it's a short one, but been a little pressed for time. Plus, the weather's been so freaking cold. It's been hard to get out here to do this. So I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video. We're gonna do the rigid version of this saw. That's coming up really, really soon. We're also gonna do some log furniture. We got some giant tenon cutters. Lumberjack Tools sent down a whole set of these for me to show you guys, and that might be next week, assuming I can get some actual wood here in Chicagoland to use these with. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.